Federal agents have been on the move in Chicago again today.
Federal agents swarmed Lincoln Square this morning.
Some breaking news at this hour, a chaotic clash. This involves ICE agents you're seeing here and protesters just outside of Chicago.
In a time where headlines about immigration in Chicago often focus on policy and uncertainty, Jerry Arce is focusing on tradition.
And I believe that, if people are people and people need acceptance and people need a place to feel safe.
Many people come to the United States chasing a dream, but few have a story that tastes quite as good as Jerry Arce's. Mr. Arce's journey started in a small Mexican village, raised on the recipes of his adoptive grandmother, Isabel, a woman who taught him that if you do something, do it to an excellent degree.
Isabel is really in my heart as my true grandmother. She kind of taught me a lot on the kitchen just by observing her at first when I was a teen. My mom was away from home working. My dad had left the family when I was 14, and usually my mom was absent from home, just having 2 jobs.
While Mr. Arce was enjoying his time in Mexico, his mother knew this wasn't a sustainable situation. So she decided to make one of the hardest decisions a mother could make.
She was having a hard time with 4 children, and life and economy could be difficult. So then she decided to cross the border. I was really young. It was my mother's choice to come to Chicago. She had family here, and she was really living a rough time in Mexico. My dad wasn't really caring for the family in many various aspects. I was 8 years old at the time, and so coming from a small pueblo with a small village with dirt roads to a big city in Chicago with the new language and new set of customs. At that early age, I remember feeling so lost, where things didn't really make sense for me.
But through it all, when his family needed someone to step up, that shy kid eventually found his voice.
For me, it was sort of like, okay, how can I cope with this? I went to banking school for a banking degree. And so it was very rewarding to be able to have a job that paid decently and that I was able to learn new skills. I was scared of people, but then the bank really gave me the opportunity to open up.
Jerry is the only male in his family of 6 women. Acting as the father figure for his 4 nieces, he stepped up when no one else would.
And I'm the only male, so I hold a special place in the family. And so my niece one day told me, you've been a great father figure. And so that I was just trying to be, encouraging and being there and supportive.
Growing up on the south side of Chicago with a single mother, things were a little difficult growing up. So Jerry really offered a lot of food, cultures. He really exposed me and my sibling to a lot more.
But while Mr. Arce was balancing books by day, his true passion for cooking still lingered. And through the motivation of his mother, he was able to get back to the thing he loves most.
I worked in the bank, and that was kind of my career for nearly 20 years. I would, at home in my own time, my private space, I would look up recipes, cookbooks, and just trying to hone my skills. And during this whole time, my mom had this idea to start selling tamales from home. She and I decided to start selling tamales on weekends.
Yeah, they do it
in my local community. And so we would make pre-sales with her church group.
And after years of standing on the corner providing for his community, Mr. Arce was finally able to replace spreadsheets with steamed husks. And he opened the doors to his very own restaurant in 2023.
It really felt unreal. It felt like, this is finally the first opening day, and we had a grand opening. We had invited all of the people that I know, the people that my family knows. So it was people lining out the block and the door and coming in constantly for like 6 hours of the day, and towards the end we were running we were selling out and running out of ingredients.
While Mr. Arce is a U.S. citizen who took the legal path, he knows the weight of this current climate on his neighbors, and he believes the best way to protect his community is to feed it.
Because really we're in the hospitality business, and hospitality in one sentence is kindness to strangers, and showing that kindness like family, like, hey, when you're here, you come into my home and I want to show care.
Jerry has found his purpose in life. So everything that he does, specifically, with his restaurant, is really him just walking in that purpose.
And love is a powerful motivator in what I'm doing. Love is also the main ingredient in cooking. You have to like it, and you have to, love gets sort of transmitted into what you're doing.
Reporting from Chicago, Aiden Sloan.